Around here, them guns get the last word.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about Tekken 8 and the ideal base roster size. Now, I made 2 videos already. You guys can find those in the Tekken 8 playlist, but I did 2 videos already talking about what characters I think should be in the base roster. I split it up 2 different ways. The first video that I did, I was talking about my picks, my opinion. If I was Harada and if I was in charge of picking the characters, who I think should be there. And then I also put who I think should be DLC, because in Tekken 8, they're most certainly going to do DLCs. You know, a season pass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even. It's pretty much a guarantee that Tekken 8 will follow suit just how Tekken 7 did. If you just think about how much money they made with Lita, Fakaram, Kunimitsu, Leroy, Armor King was one of the most popular characters in the game right now. So Tekken 8 will most certainly have DLC. I did that in one video. In the other video, there was this fake leak that was going around. I know the leak is fake, but I wanted to use that leak and the information in that leak to talk about what the base roster could look like. And I just did that for fun. I just did that for entertainment purposes. But one main issue when you're talking about who will be on the base roster, how many characters total is very important, because this is the thing. If you have 24 characters or if you have 36 characters, that is going to very drastically change who and what gets on the roster. If you have 24, you have to be very selective with what you're picking, and you have to be very careful not to use clones. But if you open up the roster a little bit more, you can squeeze in some clones, you can squeeze in some jokes, some gimmicks, Mokujin, things of that sort. I have one poll here. Tekken 8's ideal base roster size. 392 votes on this. 20 characters, that has 46 votes. Now, I 100% think that Tekken 8 will not have 20 characters on the base roster. Modern fighting games, that is just too small. It's just too small. The next one, 25 characters. This is the winner of the poll. 121 votes, 25 characters. Now, I think 25 characters is perfect. The reason why I think 25 characters is perfect is because, one, we know they will do DLC, we know they will add in the season pass, we know they will add in characters. So the reason why I think 25 is fine, is perfect, is because, one, that is a decent amount of characters. You will be able to squeeze in maybe 1 or 2 clones. You'll be able to squeeze in, you know, a Mokujin or, you know, a gimmick character of that sort. But I also think it's not so much. You don't want to make the base roster too big to where adding any more characters is a bit of a headache. This is the thing about Tekken 7. Tekken 7 launched, the base roster was 36 characters, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. 36 characters, Tekken 7 base roster. And the thing about Tekken 7, we were supposed to have Roger Jr. on the base roster as well, but he got pulled, something I talked about before. So I don't know if that's supposed to be 37 or if they just filled in Rogers with some other character. We don't know. But Roger was supposed to be there, that's 37. And then you have Season Pass 1, that's Geese Howard, and that's Noctis, that's 39 characters. And then you have Season 2, which at the beginning, that Season Pass was confirmed. 3, 4, and possibly 5 were never guaranteed, but 2 and 1 was. So you have Geese and Noctis, that's 39 if you add Roger in there, and then you add 6 more characters for 45 characters. So just that quickly, you get into the 45 characters, and you only have 2 season passes out. Now, the reason why I think this happened for Tekken 7, and I think this won't be repeated for Tekken 8, Tekken 7, they weren't expecting to have any more season passes. If they were, I think they would have cut down on the amount of characters they released in season 2. I think in season 2 they would have did 4, in season 3 they would have did 4, and then in season 4 they would have did 4 as well. Or they could have did 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Who knows? But I don't think they were expecting to do more. That's why in season 2 it was 6 characters. And my point being, in Tekken 8, I don't think we will see a season pass that has 6 characters. They may do 3, they may do 4, maybe 5, but 6 is a lot. And here's my point. The reason why I say all of that. If you have the base roster at 25, you can very easily, very comfortably add in more characters. Let's just say Tekken 8's base roster was 25 characters. Season 1, you could add 4 characters, that's 29. Season 2, you could add 4 more, that's 33. Season 3, you can add in 4 more, that's 37. You see what I mean? Adding in DLC characters doesn't immediately explode the roster. Whereas Tekken 7, when you had 36, adding in 2 or 3 characters is a big deal because that's a whole lot of characters. Now, let's move on. The next topic that I want to talk about, well, it's not really the next topic, it's about the same topic, but I went back and I found a screenshot of character statistics. This shows the most popular characters from 1 all the way to 50. Now this excludes Lita. This was made before Lita was put into the game, but you have Kunimitsu in here at 32. Now this is unofficial character statistics. This is not official. This is not from Bandai Namco or Tekken 7 developers. This is made from a Tekken fan who just gathered all this information together. But for those of you who may think that this is inaccurate or this is not factual, there is some things in here that Harada has confirmed inadvertently. One thing Harada has said for Kunimitsu, he said that Kunimitsu in a tweet that she is the 32nd most used character in the game. And what do you know? She's right here in 32nd. Something else he said that King, which is 10th, is one of the most popular characters in the game, and also Law. Now, the thing about Law has dipped down a lot. In Season 2, Law was 9th place. That's top 10 most used in the game. But now, Law has dipped down all the way to 16. So, the reason why I think that is, the reason why I think a lot of these characters have dipped down is because of the DLC. You have Fakamram, you have Leroy Smith, you have Armor King, and most notably is Negan. Out of every character on this list, I think Negan has made the biggest leap. When he was first introduced into the game, he was 33rd on the list for most popular. But then he jumped up 17 ranks and then one more rank, and now he's sitting comfortably at 12. Now, of course, this is because of all the buffs they did for this character. They really buffed him, and this is why I'm against them buffing characters. When they buff a character, you're kind of forced to use them because they're so powerful. Something that I said in a past video, I said the reason why I don't like them buffing and nerfing characters is because I don't feel like I'm fighting the player. I feel like I'm fighting developer decisions. And Negan is a perfect example of that. He is completely developer decisions. When you're fighting a Negan player, you're not fighting them. You're fighting Harada and Michael Murray's decisions and how powerful they want that character to be. I think Fang is another one. This list was made sort of at the very beginning of season 4, and I'm interested to see if the person who originally collected all this information, if they will do another for season 5, because we have Fang here at 26, but this is before Fang got buffed. This is before Armor King got buffed. So I want to see how popular these characters have become because of the powerful buffs and powerful push they have gotten. You also have Dragunov here. Now, I don't see that many Dragonoffs. I don't know if it's just the region where I live. I see a few, but definitely not enough to put him in 7th. But you just have to wonder, with all these buffs and nerfs that they do, how would these things shift and how would it all change, right? Especially, let's go back to the base roster talk discussion. If you have 25 characters, a lot of these characters down here are in the danger zone. I would say everyone from 30 and below are in a danger zone. Really, I would say 40. If you're at 40 and below, you're in danger of your character not returning. Here's why. Whether they do 25 or 30, who cares? The thing is, they're going to want to have that base roster stacked. One, they want to have it stacked with characters that are most used, Paul, Kazuya, Brian, and they also want to have that base roster stacked with new familiar faces, Fakaram, Leroy, Kunimitsu, Lita. So that base roster is going to be very cutthroat. So I don't see a character like Leo, which is 36, making it. Lucky Chloe, she's very popular with the beginners, but even then, she's 37th. But the next thing that I want to talk about, let's move past all the roster stuff. I talked enough about that. The next thing I want to talk about is guest characters. I see a poll here. It says, did guest characters help or hurt Tekken 7? I need a Virtual Fighter character in Season 5 or Tekken 8. Now, first off, I don't think there will be any more guest characters coming to Tekken 7. Markman has said, I believe it was at the end of Season 3, he said there will be no more guest characters added to the game. And me personally, I think they should just hold off on all guest characters till Tekken 8. Tekken 7 has enough guest characters. It's like if they add some now, that character wouldn't even properly shine, right? You have so many guest characters and so many of them are either problematic, they're too powerful, or they're either boring and everyone talks trash about it, right? So I think they should just hold off and wait for Tekken 8. But did guest characters help or hurt Tekken 7? 375 votes says yes, hype AF. 191 says no, simply no. Now, I would say yes. I think it helped Tekken 7, but I also think it hurt Tekken 7. Here's why. Akuma and Geese, when they were they're still very powerful. But back when, Season 2, when these characters were really dominating, Pakistan, all that, it was very, very exciting seeing these characters in tournament. It did reach a certain point where it was just annoying and everyone was sick of it. But I think a lot of the boost and a lot of the hype came from 2D characters. Imagine what the Pakistani arc would have been like if it wasn't no Akuma. I'm not saying that they're not good, but Akuma played a very, very, very big role in what they did when they showed up, right? So if you remove Akuma, you remove what the Pakistani play, you change it a little bit. And their arc really was a huge reason why Tekken 7 was so exciting. I mention this all the time, but Arslan Ash versus Knee in grand finals at EVO had 200,000 people watching live. Never before has that number been achieved, and never before have we been anywhere close to that, right? So I think they helped, but after the tournaments went away, the pandemic, yada, 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 I think it's been a whole lot of hurting happening. This is the thing. This is what I would have did if I was Harada. After the Pakistani arc, after, Arslan Ash and Need fought and all that stuff, what I would have did, I would have nerfed Akuma and then I would have made him a fair character. That way you can have the best of both worlds. You have the 2D characters helping your game and it's being super exciting, but now that the character is nerfed and the character is fair, the character is balanced, people can continue to love that character, can continue to enjoy the gameplay and not be upset. But since they have not properly balanced those characters, they still have death combos. People are sick of it. You know, people complain, sleeping face, all that, right? And I think they just didn't take action, and they should have. So yeah, I don't know. Just two topics I want to talk about: the base roster size for Tekken 8, and then did guest characters help or hurt Tekken 7? So that is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm very excited, as you guys can tell, for season 5 for Tekken 8. Whatever, really, I don't care. Really, I don't care what they do. I just want them to do something. They haven't said anything. They haven't done anything. It's like, do something already, you know. But whatever it is, I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to make videos, to play, whatever, right? But that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.